My child, listen closely to the rhythm of your own heart right now. There is a reason you stopped to hear this. There is a reason this message found you in the middle of your day, in the middle of your scrolling, in the middle of your questions. You have felt it, haven't you? It is that subtle trembling in your spirit that you cannot quite explain to anyone else. It is the unease that visits you when you lay your head down at night. The sense that the atmosphere around your life is changing density. You have been carrying a weight that you cannot name. You have been looking at your life, your routine, your relationships, your habits, and suddenly, things that used to fit you perfectly now feel tight. They feel heavy. They feel like they belong to a version of you that no longer exists. Do not be afraid of this feeling. Do not mistake this restlessness for anxiety. This is not a panic attack. This is a spiritual awakening. I'm speaking to you plainly now because we have reached a pivotal moment in your timeline. This is not a message to frighten you. It is a message to focus you. You are standing on the edge of a massive transition, and the choices you make in the coming days are more important than the choices you have made in the last 10 years. I am guiding you. I am leaning in close to whisper the instructions you need to navigate what is coming. You have thought to yourself, God, why does everything feel so difficult right now? Why is there so much resistance? It is because I am preparing to move you, and you cannot move to a new level while holding onto the old luggage. This is your moment of clarity. This is my voice, cutting through the noise of the world to tell you that you are not crazy, you are not forgotten, but you are being called out. I am not speaking in riddles anymore. I am speaking heart to heart. The season of waiting is over. The season of preparation has begun. Do not keep this warning to yourself. Share this message with someone you love. By extending this truth to others, you are opening a door for favor to multiply back into your own life. Be a vessel, not just a reservoir. Reflect on the last few weeks. Have you noticed the separation beginning? It started quietly. Perhaps it was a conversation with an old friend where you suddenly felt you had nothing left to say. Perhaps it was a desire to stay home and sit in silence rather than go out into the noise of the crowd. Perhaps it was a dream that shook you awake, leaving you with a sense of urgency that you couldn't shake off by morning. These are not coincidences. I've been sending you signals. I've been stirring your heart during the night watches. I have been speaking to you through the silence, trying to get your attention before the noise of the world gets too loud. You have called it insomnia, but I call it intercession. You have called it depression, but I call it dissatisfaction with the status quo. I have made you uncomfortable in your present because I do not want you to get stuck in a place I have already marked for your past. This stirring in your soul is my spirit tugging at you. It is the deep calling out to the deep. You have felt a sense of urgency, a feeling that time is speeding up, or that something significant is about to break loose. You are right. The horizon is changing. But to walk into this new era, you must be under my covering. You cannot walk into a storm with an umbrella made of your own understanding. You need a shelter that I have built. Many people ignore this feeling. They bury it under distraction. They scroll more, they work harder, they eat more, they drink more, trying to numb the sensation that they are in the wrong place. But you are different. You stopped. You are listening. And because you are listening, you will be protected. This is not a threat of destruction. It is a promise of elevation. But elevation requires separation. A rocket cannot leave the atmosphere until it drops the weight that was holding it to the ground. You are about to launch, my child. But first, we must deal with the weight. I said to you in your spirit, pack your bags. I know those words sounded strange to your heart. You looked around your physical house, wondering if you needed to move. But I am not speaking of a physical relocation. Not yet. I am speaking of a spiritual relocation. To pack your bags in the kingdom means to get your house in order. It means to prepare your spirit for a journey where you travel light. You have been carrying things I never asked you to carry. You have been dragging the suitcase of guilt from 10 years ago. You have been wearing the heavy coat of other people's expectations. You have been clutching onto relationships that I told you to release seasons ago, hoping that if you just held on tight enough, they would turn into what you wanted them to be. But now, I am telling you gently but firmly, drop it. If you want to survive and thrive in what is about to break loose, you must let go of what I never told you to keep. You cannot enter a season of speed while dragging dead weight. That relationship you know is toxic. It is an anchor keeping your ship in the harbor when the tide is calling you out. That habit you run to for comfort instead of running to me, it is a blindfold preventing you from seeing the door I've opened. That bitterness you hold against the person who hurt you, it is a poison you are drinking while expecting them to get sick. I am giving you a window of grace right now. It is a time to clean house. I want you to sweep out the corners of your mind. I want you to forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. I want you to stop walking in the gray areas. You know where they are. The little compromises, the small disobediences that you think don't matter. They matter. They are cracks in your foundation, and I am about to build a skyscraper on your life. A skyscraper cannot stand on a cracked foundation. Do not look at this as losing something. You are not losing. You are making room. You are clearing the clutter so that I can bring in the new furniture. You are emptying your hands of dust so that I can fill them with diamonds. You have been afraid to let go because you think you will be empty. But in my kingdom, emptiness is just the prerequisite for overflow. I cannot fill a cup that is already full of sour water. Pour it out. Pour out the fear. Pour out the doubt. Pour out the need to control everything. I have been patient. I have given you space to come to this conclusion on your own. But the season has shifted. The wind is picking up. My protection is with those who are close to me. And you cannot be close to me while holding hands with the things that break my heart. Stop thinking you have more time to get serious. Stop thinking, I will commit fully next year. Or, I will start praying when things settle down. Things will not settle down. The world is going to shake, but you can be steady. The only way to be steady is to be anchored in me. If you are ready to release the weight you've been carrying and anchor yourself in His peace, type Amen in the comments below. Let this be your spiritual signature, a sign to the heavens that you are done carrying what God never asked you to hold. You have heard it said that obedience is a burden, but I tell you, obedience is a shelter. When Noah built the ark, the people around him thought he was foolish. They laughed at his preparation. They mocked his dedication. The sun was shining. The sky was clear. There was no evidence of rain. But Noah did not build according to what he saw. He built according to what he heard. You are in a Noah season. I am asking you to build a spiritual structure that makes no sense to the people around you. I am asking you to pray when others are playing. I am asking you to fast when others are feasting. I am asking you to consecrate yourself when others are compromising. They may look at you and ask, why are you so serious? Why don't you do the things you used to do? Do not let their questions shake your resolve. You are building an ark for your family. You are building a sanctuary for your peace of mind. When the rains of chaos, confusion, and global shaking begin to fall, and they are already forming in the clouds, those who mock the preparation will be the first to look for the shelter you built. I never allow a storm to come without first preparing a place of safety for my beloved. You are my beloved. I have been whispering to you to build this shelter in secret. That impulse you felt to read the word more, that was me handing you a hammer. That desire to wake up early and sit in my presence, that was me handing you the wood. You have been building even when you didn't realize it, but now the construction must be finished. There is no more time for delay. I'm calling you inside. Come in, I say. Come into the secret place of the Most High. Run to me, not tomorrow, now. This is not about panic. This is about positioning. When you are positioned under my wing, it does not matter how hard the wind blows outside. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Why? Because you dwell in the secret place, and my protection is only with those who follow my voice. If you are ready to step into this shelter, like this video, as an act of faith, let it be a signal to the spiritual realm that you are building your ark and trusting in my protection over your home. This message is not just for your comfort. It is for your correction, and I correct you because I cherish you. I discipline the ones I love. I love you too much to stay quiet while you drift toward a cliff. You have let other voices speak louder than mine. You have let the news cycle dictate your peace instead of my promises. You have called compromise wisdom, and you have called disobedience a process. But I see the truth. I see the potential in you that is being choked by weeds. I am exposing what is hidden, not to shame you, but to free you. I am shining a light in the basement of your soul so we can clear out the mold that has been making you spiritually sick. This is a rescue mission. You are chosen. You are not like everyone else. That is why your path has been harder. That is why you feel everything so deeply. That is why you cannot just go with the flow. You were designed to swim upstream. Do you know why the enemy has been attacking your mind so fiercely lately? Do you know why he has tried to distract you with petty arguments, financial worries, and exhaustion? It is because he knows what you carry. He knows that if you ever stepped fully into the calling I have placed on your life, his kingdom would tremble. He is not afraid of you. He is afraid of the Christ within you. He is afraid of what happens when you finally wake up and realize who you are. The enemy has been trying to keep you busy. He doesn't need to make you evil. He just needs to make you busy. If he can keep you too busy to pray, too busy to rest, too distracted to hear my voice, then he has disarmed you. He has severed your supply line. But today, we are reestablishing the connection. I am reclaiming what belongs to me. You are my vessel. You are my hands and feet in this generation. You have begged for a breakthrough, but you have refused the instructions that bring it. You ask for the fire, but you run from the altar. You ask for the harvest, but you complain about the plowing. My child, I do not bless rebellion. I do not bless partial obedience. I bless surrender. I do not reward those who delay. I reward those who trust me enough to move when they cannot see the outcome. You want the favor? Honor my voice. You want the miracle? Come under the covering. This is not a demand for perfection. I am not asking you to be flawless. I am asking you to be faithful. I am asking you to stop negotiating with me. You cannot make a deal with God. You cannot say, I will give you my Sunday, but Monday through Saturday are mine. I want it all, not because I am greedy, but because I am the source of life. Anything you withhold from me begins to die. Any area of your life you keep locked away from my light will eventually become filled with darkness. I am telling you this because I want you to be vibrant. I want you to be full of power, love, and a sound mind. I did not give you a spirit of fear. If you are feeling fear right now, recognize it for what it is, an intruder. It does not belong to you. Kick it out. Replace it with the sound of my voice. The shaking you see in the world is not meant to scare my children. It is meant to reveal them. When everything that can be shaken is shaken, only what is unshakable will remain. And what is unshakable? My kingdom, my word, my truth. And if you are standing on that rock, you will not be moved. You will be a pillar of stability while the world spins out of control. People will look at you and wonder, how is she so calm? How is he so peaceful? And that will be your testimony. That will be how you lead them to me. You have often asked me in the quiet of the night, Lord, why is it so hard for me? Why does it seem like everyone else walks a smooth path while I am always climbing mountains? You look at others and see them succeeding with ease, living without the heavy convictions you carry, and you wonder if you are doing something wrong. My child, listen to me. You are not doing something wrong. You are doing something different. You are not like everyone else. I did not design you to fit into the molds of this world. That is why you have never truly felt at home in the crowd. That is why you have always felt a little out of step, a little misunderstood. You have called this loneliness, but I call it consecration. I set you apart before you took your first breath. I placed a calling on your life that is heavy because it is significant. Heavy things carry weight. Gold is heavy. Glory is heavy. You cannot carry the weight of my glory if you have the same light, carefree spirit as those who are not called to build anything eternal. The reason your path has been harder is because your destination is higher. The reason the enemy has fought you so intensely is because of what is inside you. Thieves do not break into empty houses. They do not waste time attacking those who have nothing of value. The enemy has been after you since you were a child because he saw the light I placed in your spirit. He has tried to crush you, to silence you, to make you give up, because he knows that if you ever fully realize who you are in me, you will be unstoppable. Everything you have been through, the betrayals, the delays, the confusion, was not a sign that I left you. It was the training ground. I was teaching your hands to war and your fingers to fight. I was building spiritual muscle in you that you would need for this very hour. You thought you were breaking, but you were being forged. You are not damaged goods. You are tempered steel. If you know you are part of this remnant, subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you are physically positioning yourself in alignment with the prophetic word for this season. Do not miss the instructions that are coming next. You have heard the world speak of manifesting and mindsets, and you have wondered about the power of the mind. Let me tell you the truth that I wrote into the fabric of creation. I created your mind to be a powerful instrument. Science is only just now discovering what I said thousands of years ago. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. There is a battle raging for your mind because your mind is the control center of your life. The enemy knows that if he can fill your head with noise, worry, and fear, he can paralyze your destiny. But I have given you a weapon that breaks through the noise. It is not a magic spell. It is not a secret code. It is the power of agreement with my word. You have been speaking defeat over yourself without realizing it. You wake up and say, I'm so tired. You look at your bills and say, I will never get out of this. You look at the mirror and say, I am not enough. My child, your words are not just empty air. They are containers. They carry power. When you speak death, you invite death. But when you speak life, you invite me. I am calling you to change your confession. The world chases after secret scripts and money tricks, hoping for an easy way out. But I offer you something better. I offer you the power of the decree. When you align your mouth with what I have said about you, you shift the atmosphere. Instead of saying, I am afraid, declare, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Instead of saying, I am broke, declare, my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. Instead of saying, I am weak, declare, let the weak say I am strong. This is how you pack your bags spiritually. You throw out the language of the victim and you pick up the language of the victor. You cannot have a kingdom life with a poverty mindset. You cannot have a breakthrough while speaking breakdown. This is the secret that changes everything. Your life moves in the direction of your strongest thoughts. If you want to see the blessing I have prepared, you must first believe it is possible. You must stop agreeing with the limitation and start agreeing with the infinite God who lives inside of you. If you are ready to align your voice with heaven's decree and speak life over your situation, declare it by typing Amen below. By typing this, you are breaking the agreement with fear and setting your mind on the victory that is already yours. We are standing at a critical juncture. Picture a line drawn in the sand right in front of your feet. On one side of the line is your past, the comfort zones, the old habits, the relationships that drain you, the fear that has held you hostage. On the other side of the line is your future, the unknown, the wild, the beautiful, the place where my promises live. You are standing on that line right now. That is why you feel this tension. Part of you wants to go back because the past is familiar. Even though it was painful, you know how to navigate it. The dysfunction feels like home because you have lived there so long. But the other part of you, the part that is responding to my voice, wants to cross over. You are tired of the cycles. You are tired of going around the same mountain for 10 years. You are tired of surviving. You want to thrive. I am telling you today, cross the line. Step into my will. Step away from what is crumbling. I do not say this to frighten you, but the ground behind you is sinking. If you stay there, you will sink with it. But if you step forward, I will meet you. You have asked, Lord, why is it so hard to let go? It is hard because the enemy has twisted your comfort into chains. He has whispered lies that make you believe you cannot live without that person, or that job, or that habit. He has fed your fears and starved your faith. But I am flipping the table today. I am calling your spirit back to life. The pain you feel, that pressure in your chest, it is not death. It is labor. You are in labor. You are trying to give birth to the new you, and the enemy is trying to stop the delivery. The resistance you feel is hell trying to stop what heaven has already approved. But hell cannot stop what I have ordained. The only one who can stop it is you, by refusing to move. I told you that this is a warning, and I say it with love. Grace is real, but seasons change. Think of a door. A door is an opening, an opportunity. But doors are not designed to stay open forever. Eventually, for the safety of the house, the door must close. You are standing in the doorway of a massive opportunity. The door of my favor is open. The door of alignment is open, but you cannot stand in the doorway forever. You must decide, are you in or are you out? You cannot keep playing with grace. You cannot keep saying, I will get right with God later. You do not own later. You only have now. That connection you refuse to end, it is costing you your peace. That sin you refuse to surrender, it is costing you your clarity. That prayer you have been delaying, it is costing you your power. You do not see the full danger of delay, but I do. I see what is coming down the road. I see the traps that have been set for you. Oh, I want you safely inside the shelter of obedience before the trap springs. Do not think that obedience is a punishment. Obedience is protection. When I tell a child not to touch the hot stove, am I punishing the child? No, I am protecting the child from being burned. When I tell you to leave that situation, or stop that behavior, or forgive that person, I am not trying to make your life miserable. I am trying to keep you from being burned. You were never meant to walk blindly through this life. I have been preparing you for this hour. That is why your warfare has intensified. That is why your prayers have felt blocked. That is why your peace has been shaken. It is not because I left. It is because I am close. And when I draw near, everything that is not of me begins to tremble. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not forgotten. You are being refined. But I know, my child, that refinement feels like fire. Have you ever seen how gold is purified? It is put into the hottest part of the fire. As it melts, the impurities rise to the surface. The goldsmith skims them off. He keeps the gold in the fire until he can see his own reflection in the metal. That is what I am doing with you. I am holding you in the fire of this season, not to burn you, but to purify you. I am bringing the impurities to the surface. The anger, the pride, the doubt, the fear. When they bubble up, do not shove them back down. Let me skim them off. Let me remove them. I see what you are holding in secret. I see the private tears you cry in the shower. I see the silent questions you ask when you are driving alone. I see the guilt you carry. You wonder, if I truly say yes to God, what will happen? Will I lose my friends? Will I be misunderstood? Will it cost too much? Let me be honest with you, yes, it will cost you. It will cost you your pride. It will cost you your ego. It may cost you relationships that were never meant for your destiny. But hear me clearly. Obedience is never a loss. It is an investment. What you give up for me, I multiply. What you surrender, I redeem. What you lay down, I raise up in power. Nothing you leave for my name's sake will be wasted. You cannot outgive God. If you give me your ashes, I will give you beauty. If you give me your mourning, I will give you joy. If you give me your broken pieces, I will give you a masterpiece. Like this video, if you believe I am restoring double for your trouble. Let this simple tap be the spark of faith that ignites the restoration process in your life right now. You can feel it, can't you? That deep dissatisfaction with the ordinary. That is why you have never fit in. That is why you have always felt like there was something different about you. That is why the things of this world, money, fame, status, never satisfy you for long. Because I wrote a different script over your life. You were never meant to copy this world. You were meant to carry my presence into it. You were not designed to blend in like a chameleon. You were anointed to stand out like a city on a hill. But that starts with choosing me fully. Not just in your words, but in your lifestyle. Not just on Sunday morning, but on Friday night. Do you remember how I pulled you out the last time? When everything around you was falling apart and you should have lost your mind. I stepped in. When the doctors gave up, I whispered life. When the bank account was empty, I provided manna. When they betrayed you, I stayed. When you fell, I picked you up. I didn't just save you once. I have been carrying you every day since. Look back at your life. Look at the accidents you missed. Look at the diseases that didn't touch you. Look at the people who left your life right before they could destroy it. That was me. That was my hand. And even now, as you hear these words, I am near you. I am not a distant God sitting on a cloud, angry and waiting to strike. I am right here. I am sitting beside you. I am holding your heart. This is not just a warning. This is an invitation. A door is opening. It is a door of massive opportunity, but it is a narrow door. You cannot bring everything with you through this door. Some things must stay behind. The heavy baggage of the past cannot fit through the narrow gate of the future. I know it is hard to let go. I know it feels like loss. But what I am calling you into will make what you are leaving behind look like dust. You are not stepping into lack. You are stepping into alignment. And in alignment, there is overflow. My child, you are not alone in this. Heaven is backing you. Angels are guarding you. My spirit is guiding you. You are surrounded by favor, even in the fire. You are protected even in the shaking. You are chosen even when you feel overlooked. I do not make mistakes. If I picked you, it is because I placed something inside you that is necessary for this time in history. Stop doubting your worth. You are not forgotten. You are appointed, and your time is now. You have heard whispers of secrets to wealth, of hidden codes and shortcuts to financial freedom. The world is obsessed with finding a hack to bypass the struggle. But I tell you, there are no shortcuts in the kingdom, only pathways. And I have laid out a pathway for you that is older than any government and deeper than any vault. It is the law of alignment. You have been chasing money, but money runs from those who chase it. Money is a servant, not a master. In my kingdom, you do not attract blessings by desperate grasping. You attract blessings by becoming the person who can carry them. This is the secret that the world ignores. Your internal world creates your external reality. You cannot have a rich life with a poor spirit. You cannot have overflowing finances with a mindset of scarcity. When you wake up every morning and say, "I never have enough," you are prophesying drought over your own field. You are planting seeds of lack. And then you wonder why a harvest of poverty grows. I am calling you to shift your frequency. Stop begging for what you think you need and start thanking me for who I am. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the storehouse. When you are grateful for the little, I know you can be trusted with the much. When you steward the small things with integrity, I know you are ready for the cities I have prepared for you to govern. The secret is not a magic phrase. It is a posture of the heart. It is living with open hands. It is giving when you feel like hoarding. It is trusting that I am your source, not your job, not the economy, and not your bank account. When you align with me, when you seek first the kingdom, everything else is added, not subtracted, added. Do not let the fear of the economy shake you. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I can command a raven to feed you. I can cause water to flow from a rock. But I need you to trust me. I need you to stop looking at the news and start looking at my nature. I am Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides. And I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their seed begging for bread. I need you to understand the tone of my voice right now. The enemy wants you to believe I am angry with you. He whispers that I am disappointed, that I am fed up, that I am ready to strike you down because of your mistakes. That is a lie from the pit. I am not angry with you. I am warning you. There is a massive difference. Anger seeks to punish. Warning seeks to protect. Anger pushes you away. Warning calls you close. Anger says, "You made your bed, now lie in it." Warning says, "Get out of that bed before the house burns down." I warn you because I love you. A father does not warn a stranger's child with the same urgency he warns his own. If I did not care about your destiny, I would let you sleep. I would let you drift. I would let you walk right off the edge of the cliff without saying a word. But because you are mine, because I paid a high price for you, I am shouting in your spirit. I have been patient while you wandered. I whispered when you ignored me. I waited while you chased distractions that left you empty. I stood by while you gave your heart to people who didn't know how to handle it. But now, because of my fierce love for you, I am raising my voice. You cannot pretend you didn't hear me this time. The signs are too clear. The conviction is too strong. And if you choose to ignore this warning, The consequences will not be my doing. They will be the natural result of walking out into the storm without a coat. I have held back storms for your sake. You do not even know what could have touched you, but I stopped it. You do not see the traps I ruined. You do not see the accidents I prevented. You do not see the plans of the enemy that I disrupted while you were sleeping. I have been your shield, even when you were not holding the sword. And now, I ask one thing in return. Trust me enough to let go of what is hurting you. I am not trying to take joy from you. I'm trying to protect your joy. You think that relationship makes you happy, but I see the tears it causes you in secret. You think that habit relieves your stress, but I see how it is eating away at your spirit. I want to give you real joy. Joy that doesn't leave a hangover. Joy that doesn't come with regret. But real joy does not live where I am not welcome. You cannot invite my blessing into a room where obedience is absent. You cannot say, God, bless my life, while you are actively building a life that excludes me. It is time to align your prayers with your actions. This is your moment to return to me. Not halfway, not with conditions, not, I will follow you if you do this for me. No, surrender is unconditional. It is saying, Lord, even if you don't do another thing for me, you have already done enough by saving my soul. I am yours. I know you are afraid. I know the human heart clings to what it can see. You are afraid of losing control. You think, if I give everything to God, what if He sends me somewhere I don't want to go? What if He asks me to do something hard? My child, look at what trying to control your own life has gotten you. Are you at peace? Are you fulfilled? Are you resting? Or are you tired, anxious, and constantly striving? The hardest place to be is in charge of your own life. The safest place to be is in my hands. When you fully surrender, you unlock miracles you never imagined. You invite a peace that defies logic, peace that stays calm when the bank account is low, peace that stays steady when the doctor calls, peace that guards your heart when people walk away. You access a strength you never knew you had because it is not your strength. It is mine flowing through you. You become a vessel I can use. And this is not just for your sake. It is for the sake of those around you. Your family needs you to be aligned. Your children need to see what a person of faith looks like. Your friends need to see a light in the darkness. Your obedience is the key that unlocks their freedom. Do not walk this path alone. Subscribe now to lock arms with this community of believers. It is an act of spiritual discipline to stay connected to the source of truth rather than drifting back into the noise. Does your spirit feel that tug? That is God calling you closer. Diadem, if you are choosing to trust His plan over your own understanding today, type, I trust you, in the comments. Let that simple phrase be the key that unlocks the peace you have been searching for. Oba, open your eyes. Look at the horizon. You have seen the signs. The world is shaking. Nothing feels secure anymore. Institutions that stood for centuries are cracking. Truth is being silenced in the public squares. People are calling darkness light and light darkness. The moral compass of the world is spinning wildly. Don't you see it? The time is near. This is not the time to be a casual Christian. This is not the time to be a Sunday believer who lives like the world on Monday. You cannot afford to be undecided about me. The middle ground is disappearing. The fence you have been sitting on is being torn down. Your silence is not safety. Your neutrality is not protection. Either you are with me, or you are drifting away from me. There is no neutral gear in the spirit. You are either climbing the mountain or sliding down it. I say this not to condemn you. There is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. I say this to call you home. I am calling you out of the burning building. I am calling you out of the sinking ship. Come into the ark of my presence. Do not let the news terrify you. Let it verify my word. I told you these days would come. I told you there would be wars and rumors of wars. I told you the love of many would grow cold. But I also told you, see to it that you are not alarmed. How can you not be alarmed when the world is chaotic? By being anchored in something higher than the world. By knowing that your citizenship is not of this earth. By knowing that the King of Kings is your Father. I want you to hear this deep in your spirit. I have never stopped loving you. Even when you stopped praying. Even when you deleted your Bible app. Even when you walked into places you knew you shouldn't go. Even when you cursed my name in your anger. Even when you gave up on yourself. I stayed. I was the voice that whispered, "Come home," when you felt dirty. I was the strength that got you out of bed when you wanted to quit. I was the peace that settled on you when you didn't deserve it. You may have failed me, but I have never failed you. That is why you are still here. That is why you are breathing right now. That is why your eyes are reading these words. It is not an algorithm. It is an appointment. I love you too much to let you go without a final call. But you must understand, my love is holy. It is not a permission slip to sin. It is the power to break free from sin. I cannot bless what defies my word. I cannot protect what you refuse to bring under my covering. You say you are tired. I know. I see the heaviness you hide behind your smile. I see the exhaustion in your soul that sleep cannot fix. But I never asked you to carry life alone. The reason you are so tired is that you are carrying a burden I offered to take from you. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. Do you know what a yoke is? It is a tool used to couple two oxen together so they can pull a heavy load. When you are yoked with me, I take the heavy side. I pull the weight. You just have to walk in step with me. But when you run ahead, or when you drag your feet, the yoke chafes. The burden feels heavy because you are fighting the rhythm of my grace. Gave you the map. I gave you the warning, gave you the map. I gave you the warning. I gave you the way out. There are blessings that have been held up in the spirit realm, waiting for your obedience to release them. There are packages with your name on them sitting in the heavenly post office, marked "Return to Sender," because you were not in the place of alignment to receive them. Miracles are waiting. Healing is waiting. Restoration is waiting. But they will not fall into hands that are still clenching the chains of rebellion. Dolnum, I want to bless you. I want to overwhelm you with my goodness. I want to heal the parts of you that even you have stopped believing can be restored. I want to wash away the shame of your past and give you a future that makes people wonder how you did it. But that happens when you align. That happens when you say, "Not my will, but yours be done." You cannot receive heaven's reward while living like you belong to the world. There must be a difference. There must be a distinction between the chosen and the comfortable. You are not random. You are not ordinary. You are not an accident of biology. You are seen. You are known. You are chosen. That is why this word found you. That is why your spirit stirred when you read the first line. Because deep down, your spirit recognizes the voice of its creator. You know I am speaking directly to you. I am bypassing your logic and speaking straight to your heart. This is not to condemn you. It is to rescue you. I am shaking you awake because the hour is late. I am drawing you close before the storm hits. This is love, not wrath. This is mercy knocking on your door one more time. This is your moment of decision. This is your last delay. Choose now whom you will serve. Will you serve your fear? Will you serve your ego? Will you serve the opinions of people who cannot save you? Or will you serve the living God who breathes life into your lungs? What is coming will not wait. The season is turning. The door is moving. The ones who listen will be covered. The ones who obey will be led by still waters. The ones who trust will be like a tree planted by the river. Their leaves will not wither. But those who choose pride over surrender will be exposed. I will not be mocked. My word will not return void. Every prophecy is unfolding. Every shaking has a purpose. And every heart that yields to me in this hour will shine like a lamp in the darkness. When your mind raced with anxiety, I was the one who calmed the waves. When your world shook with betrayal, I was the one holding the pillars together. And now, I am no longer whispering. I am declaring over you. Prepare yourself. Set your heart in order. Check your foundation. Dig deep, because what is coming will demand that your roots go deep into me. If your roots are shallow, if your faith is just surface-level words, you will not withstand the wind. I am warning you again, not to frighten you, but to prepare you. There is a separation coming. A line is being drawn between those who are truly mine and those who only wear the label. This is not about titles. I don't care if you are a deacon, a pastor, or if you haven't been to church in 10 years. I care about your heart. I'm looking for hearts that are surrendered. I'm looking for lives that bear fruit. The time of spiritual laziness has ended. The time of casual Christianity is over. My army must rise. My people must burn with real fire again. Are you ready to reignite that fire? Are you ready to stop pretending and start living? You look back at your life and you see a graveyard of dead ends. You see years that feel like they were eaten by locusts. Years spent in the wrong career, years given to the wrong person, years lost to fear and hesitation. You look at the calendar and panic whispers to you, it is too late. You have missed your window. But hear the word of the Lord. I am the God who redeems time. In my economy, nothing is wasted. You think those years were lost, but I was gathering the fragments. Even your wrong turns, even your failures, even the seasons where you walked away from me, I will use it all. I am the master weaver. I take the dark threads of your mistakes and weave them into the tapestry of your testimony. You are not starting over from scratch. You are starting over with experience. You now know what betrayal looks like, so you can value loyalty. You now know what hitting rock bottom feels like, so you can appreciate the rock on which you stand. You now know that the world's promises are empty, so you can finally hunger for my truth. I can't heal what you keep hiding. I can't restore what you won't release. You have been carrying the shame of your past like a heavy backpack, thinking it is your penance. But I paid the penance on the cross. Drop the bag. You have asked me for purpose, but purpose requires purity. You cannot pour fresh oil into a dirty vessel. You have asked me for blessing, but blessings require obedience. I am not withholding good things from you to be cruel. I am waiting for you to position yourself to receive them without being crushed by them. You hear the world talking about secret scripts and money waves. They look for magic words to force the universe to give them wealth. But my child, you do not need a magic spell. You need a covenant. The world chases currency, but in my kingdom, the currency is faith. When you operate in faith, you tap into a supply that the world knows nothing about. The world worries about inflation. My kingdom operates on multiplication. The world worries about scarcity. My kingdom operates on overflow. You have been stressed about finances. You have lost sleep over numbers. But let me ask you, has worry added a single dollar to your account? Has anxiety paid a single bill? No, it has only bankrupted your peace. The secret to provision is not a 9-word sentence. It is a 3-word posture. I trust you. When you truly trust me with your finances, you stop gripping them so tightly. You become a river, not a reservoir. And because you are a river, resources flow through you. I can trust you with more because I know it won't get stuck with you. This is the breakthrough you need. It is not finding a lottery number. It is finding your place in the divine economy. Seek first the kingdom. Seek my way of doing things, my way of giving, my way of integrity, and all these things will be added to you. I am not a God of lack. I own the silver and the gold, but I will not give you what becomes an idol. I will give you what becomes a tool for my glory. Do you trust my provision? Like this video to declare that your faith is your currency. As you press that button, believe that heaven is releasing the specific resources to match your assignment. There is a reason everything around you has felt like it is being pulled apart. You prayed, Lord, use me. Lord, reveal my calling. And then chaos broke out. You lost friends. You lost opportunities. You felt like you were losing your mind. And you cried out, God, why are you attacking me? My child, sometimes the attack is actually the removal. I am not breaking you down to destroy you. I am breaking you down to build you up. I am stripping away the scaffolding that you have been leaning on so you can learn to lean on the pillar of my strength. It hurts. I know it hurts. Pruning always hurts the branch. But have you ever seen a vineyard? The vine dresser cuts the branch back until it looks like it is almost dead. He cuts off the wild growth. He cuts off the dead leaves. Why? Because he knows that if he doesn't cut it, it will never produce the best grapes. I am after your fruit. I am not content with you just having leaves, a good appearance, a nice smile, a religious vocabulary. I want fruit. I want character. I want patience. I want love that endures. I want faith that doesn't crumble when the rent is due. And to get that fruit, I have to cut. I am stripping away what would sabotage your future. I am removing the people who would anchor you to mediocrity. I am closing the doors that lead to comfortable dead ends. You are crying over the closed door, but if you could see what was behind it, you would be praising me for locking it. You have wondered why the same cycles keep returning. The same temptations, the same fears, the same frustrations with different people. It is because you never truly closed the door. You asked me to deliver you from the drama, but you kept the phone number. You asked me to heal your heart, but you kept stalking the past. You asked me for peace, but you kept watching things that stir up fear. You cannot keep feeding the very thing that is draining you. Tonight, that cycle can end. But it ends with a decision. It ends with a click. It ends with a no. It ends with you walking away and not looking back. Remember Lot's wife. She looked back at what she was leaving, and she turned into a pillar of salt, frozen, stuck, paralyzed in the place of her past. Do not look back. There is nothing there for you but ash. You must choose to obey, even when you are afraid. You must choose to trust me with the consequences. You think, if I set this boundary, they will be angry. Let them be angry. Their anger cannot touch your destiny, but your disobedience can delay it. If you are slamming the door on the past today and refusing to go back to what broke you, type Amen in the comments. Let this be your line in the sand, declaring that the cycle ends with you, right here, right now. You have cried out for breakthrough, but here is the spiritual law. Breakthrough begins with brokenness. Do not misunderstand me. I do not mean broken as in defeated, depressed, or destroyed. I mean broken as in humbled. Broken as in a wild horse that has finally been tamed by its master. The horse is still strong, still powerful, still majestic, but now it yields to the rein. It moves when the master says move. That is the brokenness I am looking for. A heart that says, God, I can't do this without you. I am done trying to run the show. Take the wheel, take the reins, take everything that doesn't please you. I draw near to the brokenhearted. I dwell with the humble. I cannot work with pride. Pride is a shield that keeps my grace out. But humility is an open door. You don't need to be perfect to receive me. You just need to be surrendered. I do more with a yielded heart in one moment than I can do with a polished religious image in a lifetime. Give me your weakness. Give me your confusion. Give me your, I don't know what to do. That is the perfect starting line for a miracle. When you are at the end of your rope, you are at the beginning of my intervention. You have no idea the kind of authority I have placed on your life. That is why the attacks have been so strong. That is why the enemy has fought your peace, your focus, your identity. He doesn't waste his energy on people who are not a threat. He attacks you because he sees the mantle on your shoulders. He sees the potential for you to break generational curses in your bloodline. He sees that you are the one who is going to change the trajectory of your family name, and he is terrified. I called you to walk in power, to cast out darkness, not entertain it, to speak life, not complain about death, to stand when others fall. But that authority doesn't come from your talent. It doesn't come from your charm. It comes from your communion with me. You cannot wield my sword if you are not holding my hand. You have been trying to fight spiritual battles with carnal weapons. You have been trying to argue your way out of oppression, think your way out of depression, work your way out of lack. It won't work. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They are mighty through God for the pulling down of strongholds. Pick up your sword again. Pick up the word. Speak it over your home. Speak it over your children. Speak it over your mind. When you speak my word, angels move. When you worry, nothing moves. I am calling you back to the beginning. I am returning you to your first love. Do you remember what it felt like when you first really knew me? When you would weep just because you felt my presence? When you would sing in your car without caring who saw you? When you would pray without checking the time because you just wanted to be with me? I miss that. I miss that part of you. And deep down, you miss it too. Life has tried to choke your hunger. Disappointments have dulled your spirit. The routine of church has replaced the relationship of Christ. But tonight, I am reigniting what religion could never create: real love. I don't want your duty. I want your desire. I don't want your habit. I want your hunger. I see your heart. I know how weary you have been. I know you have been pressing forward even when it felt like you were walking through mud. But hear me. Your faithfulness has not gone unnoticed. Your tears have not been ignored. I am about to reward what you have done in secret. I will honor what you gave up for me when no one was watching. You are stepping into a season where the quiet seeds you sowed in obedience will burst forth in undeniable fruit. If you are returning to your first love today, subscribe as a sign of your recommitment. Secure your place in this new season of growth and ensure you are spiritually fed for the journey ahead. But the warning still stands. The window is open, but it is moving. This moment, right now, as you hear this, was set aside for you before the foundations of the earth. This is not just another video. This is not just another day. This is a divine appointment. The reason your spirit feels heavy, the reason you feel a lump in your throat, is because your soul knows that this is important. This is your wake-up call. This is your shift. This is the turning point of your life. But only if you respond. You can't ride the fence anymore. Lukewarm won't survive what is coming. Passionless faith won't endure the storms ahead. You must be rooted. You must be real. The enemy has done all he can to convince you that nothing will change, that your past defines you, that you have missed your moment. He is a liar. I still hold time in my hands. I restore years. I redeem mistakes. I call things that were dead back to life. I don't need perfect conditions. I just need your yes. I just need your willingness. And when you give me that, I move faster than you imagine possible. I open doors no one can shut. I make rivers in deserts. I bring beauty from ashes. The only question is, will you trust me enough to follow me tonight? Will you finally stop trying to carry it all yourself? Will you take your hands off the wheel and let me lead you again? Don't wait for another sign. Don't wait for a crisis to force you back to your knees. Come now while your heart is still soft. Come now while your ears are still open. Come while the door is unlocked. Come home to me. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are exactly where I can reach you. And I am reaching for you now because I still have plans for you. Plans to bless you, not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. But you must walk away from the shadows. You must walk toward my voice. You must choose me for real this time. My hand is stretched out, but you must decide to take it. Will you come fully into my presence? Or will you keep dancing with the very thing that is stealing your peace? This is not a time to be casual. This is not a time to wait and see. I am doing a separating work. I am drawing a clear line. The ones who walk with me will carry my power, my peace, and my protection. But those who ignore this moment will walk straight into confusion and pain. I don't want that for you. That is why I'm still calling you. That is why I've sent this word to grab your spirit before it is too late. You have asked for confirmation. This is it. You keep thinking, I will do it when I am stronger. You keep telling yourself, I need to fix this mess first, and then I will go to God. You think you have to get yourself together before I will accept you. But listen to me. I never said that. I do not wait for you to be clean to wash you. I wash you to make you clean. I do not wait for you to be strong to use you. I use you to make you strong. You are waiting for a feeling of readiness that will never come. If you wait until you feel ready, you will be waiting until you are dead. Faith is not about feeling ready. It is about moving before you feel ready. You say, but Lord, I have made too many mistakes. I say, you are redeemed. You say, I am not enough. I say, my spirit lives inside you, and that makes you more than enough. I do not call the qualified. The world does that. The world looks for the best resume, the best background, the best appearance. I look for the willing heart. I qualify the called, and you are called. The shame you feel, that is not from me. That is the enemy trying to keep you in hiding. He knows that if you step out of the shadows, you will be dangerous to his kingdom. So he whispers, who do you think you are? Next time he asks you that, tell him, I am a child of the King. I am chosen. I am forgiven. I am under the blood. You have heard the world talking about the brain, about mindsets, about how to unlock potential. They treat it like a discovery, but I told you this thousands of years ago. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do you know why the enemy fights your thoughts so hard? Because your thoughts are the blueprint for your life. Science is just now catching up to my word. They have discovered that what you focus on actually changes the physical structure of your brain. When you worry, you build highways of anxiety in your mind. When you complain, you build fortresses of negativity. But when you pray, when you meditate on my promises, you are physically rewiring your brain. You are tearing down the pathways of fear and building highways of faith. Like this video, if you are choosing faith over fear right now. Let this action physically rewire your focus toward the breakthrough I am handing you. You don't need a secret government code or a magic money chant. You need the mind of Christ. When you align your mind with mine, you stop thinking like a victim and start thinking like a victor. You stop seeing lack and start seeing opportunity. You stop seeing obstacles and start seeing stepping stones. This is why I told you to meditate on my word day and night. It wasn't to give you a religious chore. It was to give you a competitive advantage. When you fill your mind with truth, lies cannot take root. When you fill your mind with peace, chaos cannot enter. This is the true secret to abundance. A mind stayed on me is kept in perfect peace. And in that peace, you will find the clarity to make the decisions that lead to wealth, health, and legacy. I am calling you to walk like Abraham. I told him to leave his father's house, to leave everything familiar, and to go to a land that I would show him. Notice I didn't show him the land first. I didn't give him a GPS location. I didn't give him a brochure. I said, go, and he went. That is the kind of faith I am looking for in you. You want the full picture before you take the first step. You want the guarantee. You want the safety net. But faith is the safety net. You are standing on the edge of the unknown. It looks scary. It looks like a void. But I promise you, if you step out, you will not fall. You will fly. Or I will catch you, but you will never know if you stay on the ledge of your comfort zone. You have played it safe long enough. Safe is dangerous for a believer. Safe keeps you small. Safe keeps you stagnant. Safe buries your talent in the ground. I am calling you into courage, not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. I want you to do it afraid. Speak the word afraid. Start the business afraid. Forgive the person afraid. Walk away from the toxic relationship afraid. As you move, the fear will vanish. It is a smokescreen. It looks solid, but when you walk through it, you realize it had no substance. Look around you. The separation has begun. I am drawing a line in the sand of history. On one side are those who love the world and its chaos. On the other side are those who love me and my kingdom. You can see it in the news. You can see it in your city. You can see it in your own family. The gray areas are disappearing. You cannot be kind of a Christian anymore. You cannot have one foot in the kingdom and one foot in the culture. The split is getting too wide. You will be torn apart. This shaking is not to destroy the earth. It is to harvest the earth. I am shaking loose everything that is not rooted in truth. Your comfort zones will crack. The institutions you trusted will stumble. The celebrities you idolized will fall. Why? Because I am showing the world that there is only one foundation that stands sure. Christ, the solid rock. Do not be afraid of the shaking. If you are standing on the rock, the shaking just proves how stable you are. While the world panics, you will pray. While the world hoards, you will give. While the world fights, you will love. This is your moment to shine. Stars do not shine when it is bright. They shine when it is dark. The darker the world gets, the brighter my glory will shine through you, if you are positioned correctly. If you are determined to stand firm while the world shakes, and to be a light in the darkness, type Amen below. Let your comment stand as a pillar of faith, proving that you are rooted in the unshakable kingdom of God. The separation is real. Subscribe to ensure you are standing on the side of truth. Align yourself with the voice that builds you up, not the noise that tears you down. You have been in a wilderness season. I know it. You have felt dry, thirsty, and directionless. You have wondered if you were wandering in circles. But the wilderness was necessary. It stripped you of your reliance on Egypt, the world system. It taught you to look up for manna instead of looking down for scraps. It humbled you so that you wouldn't be destroyed by the pride of the promised land. But hear me, the wilderness is not your residence, it is your route. You were just passing through. And now, the season is shifting. You are coming to the banks of your Jordan River. The promised land is in front of you. But to enter it, you must leave the wilderness mentality behind. You cannot enter the promised land acting like a slave. You must enter it acting like a warrior. Slaves beg, warriors conquer. Slaves complain, warriors praise. Slaves look back, warriors look forward. I am changing your identity tonight. I am taking the rags of the victim off your shoulders and putting the mantle of authority on you. Stand up, shake off the dust, wash your face. Stop crying over what you lost in the desert and start celebrating what you are about to gain in the promise. You have been praying for revival. You have been looking at your nation and saying, God, send fire. But I do not send fire to empty fields. I send fire to burning bushes. You are the bush. Revival does not start in a stadium. It starts in your secret place. It starts when you fall on your knees in your bedroom and say, God, I am desperate for you. It starts when you turn off the TV and open the Word. It starts when you stop tolerating the sin that grieves my heart. It starts when you decide that my presence is more important than your popularity. I am looking for a people who are portable arks of my glory. I want to fill you so much that when you walk into a grocery store, the atmosphere changes. I want to fill you so much that when you walk into your workplace, peace walks in with you. But I cannot fill you if you are already full of yourself. Empty yourself. Pour out the pride. Pour out the I know best. Pour out the offense. Make room. I am ready to pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive, but you must be an open vessel. You were never meant to stay bound. You were created to be free. Free from the opinion of man. Free from the trauma of your childhood. Free from the addiction that hides in the dark. Free from the fear of the future. But freedom costs something. It costs your chains. Some of you have grown comfortable with your chains. You have decorated your prison cell. You have made friends with your demons because they are familiar. But tonight, the prison door is open. The chains have fallen off. But you have to stand up and walk out. I will not drag you to freedom. You must choose it. It will feel strange at first. You will feel vulnerable without your walls. But that vulnerability is where intimacy grows. That vulnerability is where real strength is found. Do not look back at the prison. Do not romanticize your past. There was nothing there but death. Look ahead. The road is open. The sun is rising. Your future is waiting. The night has been long, I know. You have wrestled with shadows. You have fought battles in your mind that no one else saw. You have stood on the edge of giving up more times than you can count. But look up. The dawn is breaking. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And your morning is here. I am not just giving you a new day. I am giving you a new era. I am wiping the slate clean. The mistakes of yesterday, gone. The guilt of last year, buried. The pain of what they did to you, healed. You are stepping into the light. The darkness that tried to consume you has only served to make your light shine brighter. You are not a victim of the night. You are a child of the day. If you receive this new day and the healing it brings, declare I receive it in the comments. Prophesy over your own life that the night is over and your morning has officially begun. Do not carry the mindset of the night into the morning. Do not carry the fear of the dark into the light. Leave the heavy coat of depression at the door. You don't need it where you are going. The Son of Righteousness is rising with healing in his wings, and that healing is for you. Can you feel the morning coming? Like this video to welcome the dawn. Prophesy your own breakthrough by celebrating it before you even see the full sunrise. You have asked, Lord, what is my purpose? Your purpose is not a job title. It is not a paycheck. It is not a status. Your purpose is to be a window through which the world sees me. I am raising you up to be a jagged rock in a smooth stream, something that interrupts the flow of the culture. When people look at you, I want them to stop and ask, what is different about her? What is that peace he carries? I want to use your story to unlock someone else's prison. I want to use your victory to give hope to the hopeless. I want to use your mouth to speak life into dry bones. But to do that, you must be empty of yourself. You cannot be full of your own agenda and full of my spirit at the same time. I am asking you to sign a blank check today. I am asking you to say, God, send me anywhere. Use me anyway. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to Thee. It is a dangerous prayer. It is a scary prayer. But it is the prayer that changes history. Are you willing to be that person? Are you willing to be the one in your family who breaks the cycle of divorce? The one who breaks the cycle of poverty? The one who stands up and says, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I am circling back to where we started. Pack your bags. But this time, do not pack them with fear. Pack them with expectation. Pack them with hope. Pack them with the excitement of a child going on a great adventure. You are leaving the land of not enough. You are leaving the land of I can't. You are leaving the land of I'm too broken. And you are moving into the land of I can do all things through Christ. The door is open. The invitation is written in my blood. The ticket has been paid for. All you have to do is walk through. Do not let the enemy whisper to you, you'll fail again. Tell him, I might stumble, but I will not fail, because God is holding my hand. Do not let him whisper, you're not ready. Tell him, I am ready, because God says I am. This is your exodus. This is your crossing of the Red Sea. The enemy is chasing you, yes. The past is trying to pull you back, yes. But look at the water. It is parting. I am making a way where there was no way. Walk. Just walk. Keep your eyes on the pillar of fire. Keep your eyes on me. You are on a journey and you need daily bread. Subscribe to keep your spirit fed. It is an act of obedience to stay where the table is spread. I want you to do something with me right now. Wherever you are, if you can. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to visualize yourself standing before me. I want you to picture that heavy bag you have been carrying. You know the one filled with your worries about money, your fears about your children, your anger at your ex, your disappointment with yourself. I want you to take that bag off your shoulders. Feel the weight of it in your hands. It's heavy, isn't it? It's been crushing you. Now, I want you to hand it to me. Go ahead. Reach out and give it to me. Lord, I release this to you. I release the need to control. I release the fear of the unknown. I release the pain of the past. I release the unforgiveness. I release the shame. I give it all to you. I cannot carry it anymore. It is too heavy for me. But it is light to you. I empty my hands so you can fill them. I empty my heart so you can occupy it. I declare today that I am yours, fully, completely, without reservation. I am stepping over the line. I am leaving the old season behind. I am walking into my new name, my new nature, my new destiny. In the name of Jesus, I am free. Did you feel that? That lightness? That is the feeling of grace. That is the feeling of a burden being lifted. It is done. Do not go back and pick up that bag. Leave it at the altar. If the enemy tries to put it back on you, tell him, that doesn't belong to me anymore. I gave it to God. I am sealing this work in you. I am putting a hedge of protection around your mind. I am dispatching angels to guard your steps. You are not the same person who started reading this message. Something has shifted. Something has broken. Something has been born. Guard this new thing. Protect your peace. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful who you talk to. You are in a sensitive season of growth. Do not let the weeds choke the seed I just planted. Water it with the word. Shine the light of worship on it, and watch what grows. My child, I am with you. I am with you when you wake up. I am with you when you sleep. I am with you in the car. I am with you in the shower. I am with you in the boardroom. I am with you in the kitchen. There is nowhere you can go where I am not. You are never alone. You are never abandoned. You are never forgotten. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with loving kindness, and I will never, ever let you go. This word was not just for you, it was for a harvest. Share this video with 3 people today. Be the vessel that multiplies the blessing, and watch how I multiply favor back into your life. Go now. Walk in this new freedom. Walk in this new authority. The world is waiting for you to show up. The world is waiting to see what a life fully surrendered to God looks like. Show them. Shine. And as you walk into this season, do not be afraid to carry a physical token of this covenant. Just as the high priest carried stones of remembrance, I have prepared prophetic points of contact for you at Luxury Gold Palace. Whether it is amethyst to guard your peace, citrine to anchor the abundance I am releasing, or blue topaz to clarify your vision, these are not mere ornaments for vanity. They are spiritual tools and anchors for this blessing. When the enemy tries to make you forget my promise, let the weight of these stones remind you of the glory you carry. You will find the link to these sacred treasures in the pinned comment. And remember, I am always just a whisper away. If this message has touched your spirit, if you felt the weight lift off your shoulders, I want you to do one thing as a sign of your agreement. Comment, "I am free," below. Don't just think it, write it. There is power in your confession. When you write it, you are stamping it on the timeline of your life. You are telling the enemy, "I know who I am." Like this video, not for the algorithm, but as an act of gratitude, as a way of saying, "Thank you, Lord, for speaking to me." And if you want to keep feeding your spirit, if you want to stay in this atmosphere of faith, subscribe to this channel. Join this family of believers who are choosing to walk in the light. We are building an army of the awakened. We are building a community of the called. Take your place among us. The warning has been heard. The preparation is done. The bags are packed. Now, let's fly. Amen.